Okay, you're welcome to our lectures for today. By the special grace of God, we'll be having our lectures on daily basis now. Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then Saturday. No restriction, just 2 hours. 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. No restrictions. Just come around here. We'll hold our lecture. Even if you want Sundays too, I am there. I'm not going anywhere unless something happens. Something takes me out. That makes me not to be around. So today, we'll follow the timetable. We have biology today. I remember in our last class, what's the name? Jude. Okay. Today we in our last class we discussed fungi, right? Fungi. So today we are entering into another another kingdom. Sorry, another kingdom. We enter into kingdom plantae. That is plants. Kingdom plantae. That is plants. So basically the plant here we're talking about is what? The green what? The green what? The green plants. What are the features, general features of plants? The general features of plants is that plants are what? Non-motile. They are what? Non-motile. That means they are general features. They are not motile. That means they don't move from place to place. That's one general feature they have. Then another feature that is general is that they are multicellular. Plants, one is that plants are non-motile. We are discussing the general features of plants. They are non-motile. They are multicellular. That means they are composed of more than what? 2 cells. True of us, 2 or more cells. Then another general feature is that they have cell wall. They have cell wall which is made up of cellulose. They have cell wall which is made up of cellulose. They have cell wall which is made up of what? Cellulose. And they have chloroplasts. They have chloroplasts. Chloroplast that contains what? Chlorophyll, the green pigment what? Chlorophyll. Chloroplast that contains the what? The green pigment known as what? Chlorophyll. So what is the function of the chlorophyll? What's the function? It aids in what? Photosynthesis. It aids in what? Photosynthesis. So with this, by implications, plants can synthesize their own what? Food. By implication, they can do what? Synthesize their own what? Food. By implication, they can synthesize their own what? Food. By the process of what? By the process of what? Photosynthesis. By implication, they can synthesize their own food by the process of what? Photosynthesis. So the features of plant is not limited to this. Okay? Good. When we discussed plants and animals, we compared, we did an elaborate what? Comparison between plant and animal from the what you see to the microscopic what level. But this is just to have an overview of general features of what? Plants. Now let's look at the plant as a kingdom, plantae as a kingdom. Let's look at a plant as a kingdom. So the kingdom plantae, they are made up of 3 phyla. They are made up of what? 3 phyla. 3 phyla. Phyla, plural of what? Phylum. They are made up of what? 3 phyla. 3 phyla. We have the phylum Talophyta. We have the phylum Talophyta, phylum Bryophyta, and phylum Pteridophyta. Pteridophyta. Hyta. Pteridophyta. Phylum Pteridophyta. So now let's pick them one after the other. Let's look at phylum Talophyta. Or you simply call them what? Talophytes. They can just be simply called what? Talophytes. The phylum Talophyta can just be simply what? Called what? Talophytes. So what are these talophytes? So we pick their features one after the other. Basically, these talophytes are green, simple green what? Plants. They are simple green plants. Number one, they are simple green plants. They are simple green plants. They are simple green plants, and they are all aquatic. They are all what? Aquatic. You know what that means, right? What is the habitat? Water, right? Good. They are all aquatic. Now, under this talophyte, there are some that are filamentous. There are some that are filamentous. There are some that are what? Filamentous. That is, their body is like a filament, thread-like. You know owu now? Owu, thread-like body. They have thread-like what? Body. That are what? Filamentous. There are also those that have just flat body. Thallus. Flat. Thallus. Flat. In bracket, you put thallus. Thallus is talking, it means what? Flat, okay? There are some that just have flat body. And they don't have roots, they don't have stem, they don't have leaves. They don't have roots, they don't have stem, they don't have leaves. They don't have roots, they don't have stem, they don't have leaves. So which under these Talophyta, they are mainly seaweeds. Seaweeds mainly. They are mainly what? Seaweeds. They are mainly seaweeds, even though some green algae, some of them that are green algae, are found in fresh water. They are mainly seaweeds, even though some of them that are what? Green algae are found in where? Fresh water. You know that sea is salty, right? Hope you know. You're aware, right? Sea is what? Salty. So majority of them are seaweeds. You know what weeds are now? Weeds, Aifia. They are seaweeds. But some of them that are green algae are found in what? Fresh. Some of the green algae are found in what? Fresh water. Now, under this now we have some of them that are this algae. You didn't mention that this Talophyta are simply algae. Okay, they are generally known as what? Algae. Please, they are generally known as what? Algae. So anytime you hear Talophyta, what should come to your mind is what? Algae. Please note that. Sometimes you see in jam question, sometimes you may not see Talophyta there. Sometimes you may just see what? Algae. So once you see a thing like that, know that they're talking about what? Talophyta, the kingdom Talophyta or the Talophyte. Now, there are these algae. Some of these algae, apart from the green algae, we have the red algae. We also have the brown algae. Apart from the green algae, we have the what? Red algae. We also have the what? The brown algae. In our next class, I want you to give me an example of red algae you know. Write it by the side. Give me each of you give me at least one example of red algae. Research on that. Research on the examples of red. I'll give you brown algae. I'll give you green algae. but I'll keep red algae pending. You give me, you look it up on your own and give me examples of one or two, each of you examples of what? Red algae. All right, let's continue. Now, watch out. The green algae, you don't be told that they have chlorophyll. Even the red algae, brown algae. But in addition to, for the red and brown algae, in addition to green algae, in addition to chlorophyll, they have other colored pigments. Brown algae and red algae. In addition, all of them, whether green, brown, or red, they have what? Chlorophyll. But for brown and red algae, in addition to what? Chlorophyll, they have what? Color what? Pigment. Hence the color brown and what? And what? Brown and the red. Did that make sense now? So in addition to chlorophyll, the brown algae and the red algae have other what? Colored pigments. Okay. Now, let's now look at examples of each of them and some of their features. Let's start from the green algae. Let's look at examples of what? Green algae. Let's look at examples of green algae. Then we'll say one or two things about them. Under green algae, we have the green algae that are simple. We have the one that are what? Complex. Under green algae, we have the one that are what? That are simple, and the one that are what? Complex. So let's look at the simple green algae. Under the simple green algae, we have Spirogyra. Example, Spirogyra. Example is what? Spirogyra. We have example Spirogyra. We also have Volvox. We also have what? Volvox. We also have what? Volvox. Then we also have this one that have you heard of Ulva before? Ulva. ULVA. Sorry. ULVA. Ulva, ULVA, is an example of what? Complex what? Algae. We have the one that are simple, the one that are what? Complex. Under simple, we have what? Example, we have what? Spirogyra, Volvox. Complex, we have here what? Ulva. By the time we go into the reproduction, you know why it's complex, what makes it complex, okay? Basically. Now, let's go back to Spirogyra. Let's now look at Spirogyra. Spirogyra, they are found in where? Dishes and ponds. Dishes and what? Ponds. Dishes and what? Ponds. Have you seen Spirogyra before? Good. It's everywhere. True of us. It's not what? It's not scarce. True of us? Yes. Dishes and what? Ponds. That mainly, that's where you see what? Spirogyra. Now, you know, when we have the general description of this Pterophyte, you say that there are some that are what? That are filamentous, are flat, are flat body. The Spirogyra is an example of the one that's what? Filamentous. That's why you see here filament of what? Spirogyra. Filament of what? Spirogyra. Now, so Spirogyra is made up of hair-like green what? Filaments. Hair-like what? Green filaments. And inside these filaments, you have chains of cells. The cells are in chains in the what? Filaments. In the filament, you have chains of what? Cells. Chains of cells. And they are what? Identical. They are what? Identical. These cells are what? Identical. Remember, we say that plants are what? Multicellular. So Pterophyte is also what? multicellular. So Spirogyra is actually what? Multicellular. But this one is that the cells are inside this filament in chains, single chain of cells that are identical. There's no more difference between each of the cells. They are what? Identical what? Cells. Okay. This filament inside the water, they drift. They just move passively. As the direction of the wave is moving, they are what? Flowing. Okay? They flow. When you say that something is moving passively, something like that, it just on its own, just as the wave is moving. You know that fishes doesn't move passively. They want to move. Two of us, they want to move. They can start to move any direction they want to. But this one is just as the wave is moving, anywhere the wave take them, they go there. So that's what mean by they move. They drift passively in where? In water. Now, that's basically basic features I want us to know. You've seen the structure of Spirogyra in your biology textbook, right? Who has not seen the structure before? We've all seen the structure, right? So that makes the work easier. Now, another simple algae, green algae. We have here what? Volvox. Volvox is actually a colony of identical cells. Am I completing? In circular what? In circular what? Form. They form that circular. But one thing to do that they have each of the cells, its flagellum is outside. Okay? Each of the cells, its flagellum is what? Outside. So flagella of all the cells that make up a colony will now be outside the what? Cell. So when they are outside a cell, they now have they now aid in the movement of this colony of what? Volvus. Because when you have about, depending on the number of what? Flagellum that appears. You see as you can see in this diagram. If you see this hairy thing here on the structure outside, that's the what? That's the what? The flagella of all the what? This colony. Each of them has its own flagellum outside. This will help in the movement of the what? The colony. Are we together? So that's basically what happens. So now, the volvus consists of a ball. Volvus consists of a ball of identical cells. Volvus consists of a what? A ball of identical cells. Please note this point. Identical cell. The same thing was said in what? Spirogyra. Identical cells. So volvus is a what? Consists of a ball of what? Identical cell. And each of these cells has its what? Flagella. Each of the cells has its own what? Flagella. So the beating of this flagella, the coordinated beating of this flagella, helps the what? The colony to do what? Move. Okay? The coordinated beating of this flagella helps the what? The colony to do what? Move. Any question so far? Any question? Yeah, you see, it's also multicellular. By virtue of having more than many cells inside the what? The ball. They form a ball-like structure. They exist like that. Show that is what? Is multi-what? Cellular. Okay. Even though it's multicellular, is it a tissue? Is it a tissue? We still do organization levels of what? Organization anyway. But when we get there, you tell me whether is volvus a tissue or a cell. When we get there. Okay. Now another point I want to make is that we look at we've discussed at this level green what? Algae. Now, what of An example of a green algae that is a complex is ulva. Ulva is a complex what? Green algae. ULVA is a complex what? Green algae. The major thing there is that there's what is called when we get into the reproduction. I will say one or two things about the reproduction of what? Ulva, okay, as against the other ones. But let's look at the brown, I told you to look up what? The red algae, right? Good. Let's look at the brown algae. I remember what I said that I told you that the brown algae that in addition to the chlorophyll, they also have other what? Color what? Pigment. They also have what? Other what? Color pigment. Now, let's look at the brown algae. Examples of brown algae. We have the one we call kelp. Kelp. K-E-L-P. Kelp. Kelp. We also have sargassum. 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 S-A-R-G-A-S-S-U-M. These are examples of what? Brown algae. Examples of what? Brown algae. Now what does this kelp look like? It has a ribbon-like structure. Kelp has a ribbon-like what? Structure. It has a ribbon-like what? Structure. It's flat. The structure is flat. It's branching. The structure is flat. Is also what? Branching. So flat, branching, ribbon-like what? Structure. One thing about this kelp is that it can grow up to 30 meters in length. You know what is 30 meters? It's a very huge length. A meter should be from here. You know a meter, the meter rule you use in your biology practical, in your physics practical. That's a meter. Now 30 of it. Are we together? Good. It can grow up to what? 30 what? It can grow, not that it must get to that extent. As in, if you, as the higher so far can get to that what? That's the point I'm making. So it can grow up to what? 30 meters in what? In length. Now, there's another one I want to talk about, the sargassum. How I wish you have this textbook, you see it. This sargassum is also an example of what? Brown what? Algae. It's found mainly in tropical water. Found mainly in what? Tropical water. Basically, they are found in tropical water. Good. Now, what happens? What is peculiar about this? That it has a stem-like, but you remember I said that this thing they don't have stem, they don't have roots, they don't have what? Leaves. But there's something in this sargassum that looks like a stem, but it's not actually what? Stem. It's called what? Stipe. It's called what? Stipe. S what? S-T-I what? P-E. S-T what? S-T-I-P. S-T-I-P-E. It has a stem-like stipe. Then it has no leaf, but it has something like that looks like it has a blade that looks like what? Leaves, but it's not what? Leaves. So you can say that it has leaf-like what? Blades that looks like leaf, but it's not actually what? If you watch now, remember what you are discussing. We are discussing, the topic we are discussing is what? Evolution among the 5 kingdoms. If you watch, these things I'm calling are not actually what? Stem. But they are gradually to do what? Evolving to what? Leaves. Evolving to what? Stem. Am I communicating? Even we get to a point, you find that some have spores, just spores. That spores is foreshadowing, is trying to move, is moving them to seeds. Are we together? Are we together? So if you watch now, from the beginning, this whole thing is evolving from the simple to what? Complex one. Fitting into the topic we are discussing. Evolution in the world. Among the what? 5 kingdoms. Now, here now, this thing is not leaves, just blades, but it serves as what? Leaves for them. So you can simply say they have what? Blade-like, as leaf-like what? Blades. Leaf-like what? Blades. Now, they also have hold fast, what sticks them to rock. So, they stick on the rocks. They stick on the, we have what help them to stick on the rocks. They look like roots, but they're not what? Roots. So you can say they have root-like what? Hold fast. You call them hold fast. Hold fast. That attach them to where? To rocks where they stay. Am I communicating? That is for this sargassum. Are we together? Are we together? Sargassum is more complex than the previous one I called. What was the first one I called before sargassum? Okay, am I communicating? If you watch, they are beginning to look as if they want to stay one place. They were passively, the word I mentioned before, we are passively being tied away by, what is it called? Passively drifting in water. But this one now, they are what? Sticking. Am I communicating? Now, if you watch now, if you also go up to this symbiotic relationship between algae and fungi, what is it called? Now, this symbiotic relationship between algae and fungi, what is it called? When algae and fungi come together, they mutually coexist. They help each other. There's a name given to it. You've forgotten. Jam like that question like mad. Have you heard it like lychee? Lychee. What is it?
As LEA.
Yeah. No. What is it? One is helping with attracting what? Sunlight, photosynthesis. One is helping the other one for getting nutrients from the soil. And at the end, they mutually benefit. Don't worry, we'll get there. When we get to this relationship, let us not waste our time. But the point I'm making is that this plant, it shows that it has not, it's not a complete plant. That something is lacking. It cannot get nutrients from the what? From the soil. Am I communicating? So you need something else to help it get those what? Nutrients. But it has chlorophyll. It can get what? It can attract what? It can do what? Photosynthesize. But it cannot get nutrients from the soil directly. Photosynthesis is not just about, there are a lot of things you can get from the soil that comes up. Hope you know. Now, okay, let's continue. Now, this is what look at what sargassum look like. That's the type. That's the leaf-like blade, but it's not what? Leaf. And they get attached to the rock and be flowing. This air bladder is what keeps it floating in the water, while it is what? Attached in the what? The rock, through the what? The root-like what? Blade. Now let's look at the reproduction. From what I explained so far, you don't be told that they by way of nutrition they carry out what? For the synthesis, right? Good. Now, let's look at reproduction. How do they reproduce? Before I go there, what is okay? Don't worry, I'll talk about it later. How do they reproduce? The algae, they reproduce both sexually and what? Asexually. They reproduce both what? Asexually and what? Sexually. Now, asexually, they reproduce by what? Cell division, okay? Cell division, fragmentation, or even what? Spore formation. Are we together? They divide, cell division, fragmentation, and Who knows how Spirogyra reproduce? Is this sexually or asexually? Have you heard of conjugation in Spirogyra? Where they line, this one will line, this one will line, the male one will empty and enter the female one and start developing. It's sexual reproduction. Now, so but generally, this algae, they reproduce what? Sexually and what? Asexual, generally. Now, but by sexual reproduction, what happens in normal thing that happens in sexual reproduction? The male gamete does what? Fertilizes the what? The female gamete to form what? Zygote. Basically, that's what happens in what? Sexual reproduction. The male gamete does what? Fertilizes the what? The female gamete to form what? The zygote. So what happens after the formation of zygote is now what we distinguish each of these, the simple one from the complex one. Am I communicating? In the simple one, in the simple one, once the gametes in the simple algae, once the male gamete fertilizes the female gamete, they will form what? The zygote. And the zygote will undergo meiosis to form what? Spores. The zygote will do what? Undergoes what? Meiosis to form what? Spores. Okay? To form what? Spores. Which will now grow into what? Individual plants. Which will now grow into what? Individual plant. This is what is obtainable in majority of the simple algae. Male gamete fertilizes the female gamete, the zygote is formed, and the zygote that is formed will undergo meiosis to form spores, and the spores will now grow. The spores will now disperse. When they get to a favorable condition, they will grow into what? Another what? Organism. Okay, that's basically what happens in majority of the simple. Are you with us? Are you sure? That what happens in majority of the simple what? Algae. But there's something special that happens in Spirogyra. Remember what I told you about the conjugation. Now, after the process and the zygote is formed in Spirogyra, see what happens. What happens is this zygote that is formed is coated. Is enclosed in a coat. Am I communicating? So that this zygote that enclosed in a coat for Spirogyra is called zygospore. Put it down. Zygospore. And this zygospore is resting. It will just be resting there, protected. The zygote inside the coat is called the what? Zygospore. And that coat is very thick. Now, it remains there until it gets to a favorable condition. When the zygospore get to a favorable condition, it will do what? Undergo meiosis to develop adult what? To form adult what? Spirogyra. And this adult Spirogyra form is known as the what? The gametophyte. This adult Spirogyra form is known as the what? Gametophyte. I said that basically most of the simple algae, what they just do is that when the male gamete fertilizes the female gamete, they form zygospore, and as they form what? Zygote. And the zygote will now do what? Undergo what? Meiosis to form what? Spores. And the spores will now do what? Develop into the what? The plant. That's basically what happens in the majority of the what? Simple algae. But for Spirogyra, what happens in Spirogyra is that when the male gamete fertilizes the female gamete, zygote will be formed. But that zygote will be enclosed in an outer thick coat to form the what? Zygo what? Spore. Then that zygospore is a resting stage. It will remain there, resting like that, until it gets to a favorable condition. If you get to a favorable condition, what happens is that it will undergo what? Meiosis to form adult what? Spirogyra. And that adult Spirogyra form is known as what? Gametophytes. 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 So sometimes you see in question, you may see a question like this. The dominant plant in Spirogyra is what? You see A, gametophyte, B, sporophyte, C, they put one confusing option, D, they put another confusing option. And what's the answer? Gametophyte. That's the dominant. Know that word, the dominant. The dominant is, have you seen something like that in the JAM question? The dominant, you've never seen such before. Have you ever seen before? JAM like question like that. So the dominant plant in Spirogyra is what? Life cycle of Spirogyra is what? Gametophytes. Okay? So good. Now, but when you come to complex ones, example, ova. Remember I mentioned ova, right? Remember I mentioned ova. When you come to complex ones like ova, what happens in ova? JAM also like questions like this. They will ask which of these organisms do we have alternation of generation? Have you heard of it before? Alternation of generation. Have you seen in JAM past question paper? Which of these organisms undergo, we do have alternation of what? Generation. That is transition from gametophyte to sporophyte stage. From ova up, you start seeing alternation of what? Generation. That's why it's more complex than what? Spirogyra. Spirogyra doesn't have alternation of what? Generation and other simple algae. But from ova, you start seeing alternation of what? Generation. What it means is that in the life cycle of ova and more complex organisms, you start seeing alternation of generation. In the life cycle, you see the stage you call gametophyte stage and what? Sporophyte stage. I'm going to explain this gametophyte stage and sporophyte stage. I'll start with ova. But first of all, I want you to tell me what do you understand by the term. What do you call it again? Life cycle. What is life cycle of an organism? Who knows? Tell me. If you ask now what is life cycle of an organism, what are you going to say? What's the name again? Jude. Okay, tell me, Jude. You don't know. Success. If you ask now what is life cycle, no, you can use your residual knowledge. Just what you think about. Share with me. You mustn't give me an exact definition. Share with me what you understand by life cycle of an organism. Okay. From birth to where? What happens from the birth till the organism dies? True of us. Different things that happens. Okay. So we can define life cycle as follows. Put it down, please. So life cycle of an organism can be defined as the sequence of events that occurs during its lifetime. Life cycle of an organism can be defined as the sequence, as in, when you hear sequence, it means it takes place stage by what? Stage, not scattered. This one should come first, followed by what? This one, okay? It will be sequential. So the sequence of events that occurs during its lifetime. So the life cycle of an organism is a sequence of events that occurs during its lifetime. From the time the organism is formed to the time it reproduces. From the time the organism is formed to the time the organism does what? Reproduces. Hence, giving rise to what? The younger ones that will ensure the what? Continuation of what? The species. Hence, giving rise to the younger ones or the young ones that will continue the what? That will continue the what? The species. So from the, like now, see what I mean? From now, like now, my life cycle now is now, you can say, when the organism is formed, the sequence of events that takes place occurs until that organism get to a point where it can give birth to what? Or it can give rise to another what? Organism. Okay? That will continue the what? Species. So even if that one basically later dies off, it has completed its what? Lifespan, life cycle. So that without that reproduction, that means the species, let's assume human beings stop giving birth. Give us like 10 years, you don't see any human being. 10 years is 10 years too far or too near. No human being will give birth again. Okay, let me not say 10 years. Let me say, give us like 100 years. Or at most, give us like 200 years. I don't think there's any human being that is up to 200 years alive today. Give like 20 years, you will not see any human being again. True of us. As if human beings stop giving birth, give us like 200 years, no human being will exist again. True of us. Because if you stop childbearing, so if you stop giving birth, if you stop reproduction now, those that are there will be dying. True of us. By the time the oldest person dies, human being will do what? Vanish. So the species Homo sapien will go into what? Extinction. True of us? Good. Now, so that's the importance of what? Also an importance of what? Reproduction. Now, let's go back to the reason why I mentioned this. We are talking about what? Alternation of what? Generation. Now, let's use ova as an example. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is ova plant. This is the gametophyte. Now, the gametophyte now is the one that have the gamete, okay? Okay? Male gamete and what? Female gamete. Can you see it? The male gamete and female gamete come together in what? Reproduction, right? In sexual reproduction. They do fertilization will do what? Take place. When the male gamete from gametophyte, that means they are from the gametophyte, that's where the gamete will come from. When the male gamete meet the female gamete, fertilization will take place, right? And the result of this fertilization is what? The zygote. Then this zygote now will develop into the what? Sporophytes. Okay? This sporophyte now is one that bears the what? The spores. Okay? Now this sporophyte now will undergo meiosis. The sporophyte will undergo meiosis to form the spores. Okay? The spores will now grow back into the what? Gametophyte. The spores will just disperse wherever they found a favorable condition. They will grow there. And what they will grow into is what? Gametophyte. That will have the word gamete again. The two gametes will meet again. Fertilization will take place. New zygote will form. The zygote will develop to what? To what? Sporophytes. Sporophyte will undergo meiosis to form the what? The spores. The spores will do what? Disperse and germinate to form the what? Gametophyte. If you watch now, if you see this line divides into two. There are two independent generations now. This is the gametophyte generation, and this is the what? Sporophyte. So this organism now has alternation of what? Generation. It alternates from sporophyte to what? Gametophyte in the course of the what? The life cycle. But unlike this one, look at Spirogyra. Is anything like that in Spirogyra? Only gametophyte is there. If they mention ova now, they will ask you, if they mention it now in the exam, they will ask you what type of, whether it will undergo, which of these undergo alternation of what? Generation. You should wait to point them out, true of us. By the time we move up to pteridophytes, bryophytes, you start seeing others that undergo this what? That undergo this what? Alternation of what? Generation. Are we together? Are we together? Good. Any question, please? If you have any question, please ask. Feel free. I'll be talking about this alternation of generation, but let me see if I'm surprised that some of you, that only one person that have seen it in JAMB piece of paper. Let me see if there's anything meaningful I can get from there. Let me see if I can get a question there. Okay. Okay, let's pick some questions here and see if we can answer it. Then if you're able to answer question, that means what we discussed today may enter. True of us? True of us? Good. Look at this question. This question is from JAM. You can put it down. JAM 1984, question 4. JAM 1984, question 4. JAM Biology 1984, question 4. JAM Biology 1984, question 4. It says, Spirogyra and mucor. Spirogyra and mucor can be grouped together as Stylophyta because Spirogyra and mucor can be grouped together as Spirogyra because A. Spelling of the mucor.
No. Hostelophyta.
Yeah. Spirogyra and mucor can be grouped together as Stylophyta because A. They are unicellular organisms. They are what? Unicellular organism. B. Please, if you miss any one, let me know, please. Especially the spelling, please, so I can call the spelling, please. Don't keep quiet. A. They are unicellular organisms. B. Their spores could be dispersed by wind. Their spores could be dispersed by winds. Their spores could be dispersed by winds. C. They are capable of living independent lives. C. They are capable of living independent lives. D. Their bodies are made up of thallus and filaments. Alternatively, their bodies are made up of thallus and filaments. Alternatively, their bodies are made up of thallus and filaments. Alternatively, this thing should be respectively, but no problem. So, what do you think is the answer to this question? Look at it and tell me the answer. Look at it quickly and tell me the answer. What do you think should be the answer? What do you think is the answer?
I think the answer is D. Not sure.
And why do you think is D? Tell us your reason for choosing D.
Because the body of Spirogyra is made up of thallus.
Mukonko.
Hmm?
Mukonko.
Maybe it's filaments. I don't know.
Did we discuss hyphae? Hyphae when we are talk about fungi. Muco is hope. Muco is a fungi, right?
Yes.
Did we discuss hyphae?
Hyphae.
Hyphae.
Yes, I think.
The structure of hyphae is it filamentous, where you have the different multi-nucleated distinct, and they are in filament, if you can remember, but they are not true cells, but they have different nucleus. True or false?
Yes. Which have the name?
Hmm?
There's name of that nucleus. It's not actually.
It just
They
they,
don't have chlorophyll.
they don't have chlorophyll. Yeah. Are you with us? What do you think is the answer? Do you agree with her? Eh? This is the main thing, though. If I like, let me blow grammar from now to tomorrow. This is the main thing. If you can answer this, you can answer this question, then there is issue. This is. Okay, you are not there when we discuss fungi, so let me just give it to you. But you are there when we discuss fungi. She didn't come. Okay, only you came. Wow, child. I feel for you. Didn't you watch the lecture? Okay, not finish it. Okay, the answer is actually what? D. She's correct. Okay? That's the most. In jam, focus on the most appropriate what? Answer. Sometimes you may see 2, 3 answers that may look alike.
But B corresponds partially.
Yeah, but look at B. B says what? Their spores could be dispersed, but dispersing by the way. Remember the term talophyta. They're not the only spore. The one that has spore, so you cannot take B. That talophyte talks about being this D has some similarity in terms of the structure. Their structure. If you watch their structure now, is the emphasis now. Am I communicating now? Good. So that's why D. That's why I would choose what? D. Are we together? That's why I would choose what? D. Let me find that question. Look at this question. This is JAM 987 question 4. JAM 987 question 4. JAM 987 question 4. Are we there? JAM 987 question 4. It says, in a plant exhibiting alternation of generations. Have you seen it now? Good. So let me test your knowledge of whether you understood what I explained in alternation of generations. Even though we have not gone deep, but let me see whether you can answer this question. In a plant exhibiting alternation of generations, the diploid multicellular stage. The diploid or diploid multicellular stage is known as, in a plant exhibiting alternation of generations, the diploid multicellular stage is known as A. Gametophytes. A. Gametophytes. B. Spermatophytes. C. Holophytes. Then D. Sporophytes. D. Sporophytes. What's the answer? Is it what? What's the answer? A is what? Why did you choose A? Is it what? What do you understand by for a plant? For a plant undergoing alternation of generation. The haploid, the diploid monocellular stage is what? Uh-huh.
I don't understand that place. Is that place?
You did meiosis now.
I know what is that place.
You say you don't understand.
What I don't understand about the question is that place.
But you know about haploid.
I know what is that place. I know what is that place.
So what's the other understanding?
What I don't understand about that question is that but I know what is that.
So what is the diploid?
When you have two.
Mm-hmm.
When you have like parents produce two. But haploid is when after
in that plot they have not actually
yes, they have not
to male and female, true of us, everything is somatic, right?
Yes.
Good. Which of them is also asking you, hope I'm not speaking in French. Sorry, I'm not in French. Hope I'm speaking, you understand, two of you understand what you're discussing, right? We have in cell division, we have your meiosis and what? Mitosis, right? Before in mitosis, mitotic division, and before you start going into gametophyte, gametophyte, you're now talking about now. It now distinguishes into the two gametes, male and what? Female what? Gamete. Am I concluding? That will now come together to form the diploid. True of us. Haploid. They haploid come together to form what? Diploid. Are we together? That will now grow to what? Get to what? The sporophyte. Remember? Is when sporophyte undergo meiosis. Did you put it down? When I say that in ova, the sporophyte will undergo meiosis to form the spores. The spores will not grow to what? The gametophyte stage. That meiosis that happens there, in we go, that diploid has formed what? Haploids. Are we together? Now, from this now I explain now, which one do you think should be the diploid? After meiosis, it's no longer the diploid, it's become haploid. But before meiosis, it's what? Diploid, monocellular. So from what we discuss about alternation of generation in ova from sporophyte to gametophyte, which one do you think should be the diploid? Okay, just who can just rephrase what I just said now about the sporophyte and gametophyte stage in ova with respect to meiosis? Where do meiosis take place? Where does the meiosis take place?
In the gametophyte.
Is it gametophyte? Where? Sporophyte will undergo meiosis to form what? Sporophyte will undergo meiosis to form spores. It's not true. Then the spores will remain until they find a condition that is okay. They will grow to what? Gametophyte. True of us. Now, that spores, remember the meiosis. Once meiosis takes place, haploid will be formed. It's not the diploid again. It's haploid that will form because this is sex organ. Sex now is ready for what? The gametes are formed. That is the gametophyte that holds the gametes. True of us. When the gametes meet together, they form diploid, which grows to what? Sporophyte. Sporophyte will do what? Undergo meiosis again to haploid that will grow to what? Gametophyte. When gametophyte come together again in fertilization, zygote will bear the diploid. Two of them will come together from the male and female, come together diploid. Will now form zygote. Zygote will now grow to sporophyte. Sporophyte again will undergo meiosis again. That will separate to form haploid, male and female gamete, which come together again in fertilization to form what? Diploid. So where would the diploid be? No. Why do you say gametophyte again? What is the purpose of for what I said now? What is the purpose of meiosis? When meiosis takes place, what happens to these sporophytes?
You form gametophytes.
And that gametophyte, is it haploid or the diploid?
Haploid.
Haploid. So why are you mentioning that? I ask you which of them is the diploid. You say,
Sporophyte.
but you said gametophyte now. Is what? Is the sporophyte. The diploid is where? The sporophyte. Because the sporophyte will undergo meiosis and do what? Form what? Two haploid, three of us, which will develop into what? Spores, and develop into what? Into what? Gametophytes. Which is what? Male gametophyte. You see, we have male gametophyte and female what? Gametophyte. They will not come together to form what? Zygotes. A zygote, is it haploid or the diploid? Zygote. Is it haploid or the diploid?
Haploid.
How is it haploid again? No, how is it haploid? Let me know where you're coming from. How is it haploid?
Is that now?
Okay, what's confusing then? Let me know. I want to know where the confusion is.
Okay, look at what I understand.
Diploid is 2, haploid is 1. Okay, now let's, when say sperm and egg come together, what happens? In a sperm, how many chromosomes are there? Is it 46 or 23? When they come together, the chromosome from the sperm, they meet that from the egg. They form the what? They form living organisms, which is complete. True of us. Now, it will not grow to living organisms. True of us. When you get to the stage of giving birth again, the sex organs, the sperm, when spermatogenesis started taking place, or when ovulation started taking place, you start having meiosis again, splitting again, haploid in the gamete. True of us. Now, when the same thing happens here now, when the sporophyte go up, undergo meiosis, it will form spores, which develop into what? Gametophytes. This gametophyte is not diploid, it's haploid. Because they need to meet together. The gamete is not diploid, the gamete is haploid. When the two gametes meet together, they will now form what? Zygote, which is now diploid. Fusion, they will fuse and form what? Diploid. All that diploid will now grow into what? Sporophyte. So sporophyte is what? Diploid. But when the sporophyte undergoes meiosis, it will form spores that develop to gametophyte, which is what? Haploid. When they meet together again, the one meet together in zygote, it will become what? Diploid. So from this question now, the answer is what? Where is it? The question said the answer is what? Are you with us? Are you sure? Are you not clear? Sussex. So the answer is what? Sporophyte. So in a plant exhibiting alternation of generation, the diploid multicellular stage is known as what? The sporophyte. Let me look for that question down. Okay, let's look at this question. This is JAMB 1988, question 3. JAMB 1988, question 3. The question says, the term thallophyta refers to as remember what I told you. Okay, don't worry, let me finish the deal. There's something I want to point out. The term thallophyta refers to as A, ferns and mosses. Fern, Ferns. Ferns and mosses. Fern and mosses. B. Algae and fungi. B. Algae and fungi. C. Mosses and liverworts. C. Mosses and liverworts. D. Fungi and ferns. D. Fungi and ferns. D. Fungi and ferns. There's something I want to point out. Remember what I told you before. If you remember, there's a question we answered in our last class. When I told you that question paper, that question is an old question paper. This question now is 1988 question. 1988. The other one was 1970 something question. That time, there's no 5 division. There's no 5 file at that time. We only have plants and what? Animals. That time, fungi is included under what? Thylophyta. But with time now, we have 5 kingdoms now. So this question now, if you watch this question, even the first question we answered about algae and Spirogera and what? Muco. Under Thylophyta. Muco is what? Fungi. That question, that time there was no 5. We don't have 5 kingdoms that time. That's why you are seeing fungi and the algae together under what? Thylophyta. I want you to understand it. So this question now, I'll answer it in the light. We'll answer the question in the light of what was said that time. You cannot change now. But if you are using the 5 kingdoms, it's wrong. Algae and fungi are not under Thylophyta in this present kingdom. In this present what? Classification. Are we together? They are not under. Fungi is a different kingdom on its own now. You know, presently we have kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, kingdom fungi, kingdom Plantae, kingdom Animalia. But that time you only have plants and animals. Under plants you have Thylophyta. Fungi and algae are under there. So that's so based on what I explained now. What do you think is the answer to this question? Based on that old one, not now. What is the answer? Option what? D. But if you answer the question with now present is wrong. Altogether. In fact, if you follow the present, there's no answer. Two of us, no answer here. But if you follow that old, when this question was, this is a past question. When they said this question, the answer is what? B. So on that note, I will choose B as a what? We agree that is B. B is the answer, right? Good. Okay. Let's see what we can get. Any other questions that will okay, I think I like this question. That is 2000 JAM 2000 question number 8. Let's look at it. JAM 2000 question. Remember the topic we are talking about, evolutionary what? Evolution among the what? 5 kingdoms. So how the trend with which one is more advanced than the other. So when you hear evolution, you talk about the advancement. Hope you know. From the smallest to the what? More advanced one. So look at this question. The question says, are you together? Huh? The question says, the order The order in which organic evolution, the order in which organic evolution has progressed in plants is the order in which organic evolution has progressed in plants is the order in which organic evolution has progressed in plants is A. Talophyta, comma, Schizophyta, comma, Bryophyta, comma, Pteridophyta, comma, Spermatophyta. B. Schizophyta, comma, Talophyta, comma, Pteridophyta, comma, what do I call in B? Sorry. Sorry. After Schizophyta, next one is Talophyta, next one is Bryophyta. Sorry. And Spermatophyta. C. I say B. B is Schizophyta, Talophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, and Spermatophyta. That is B. Then C is Pteridophyta, Spermatophyta, Talophyta, comma, sorry. C is Pteridophyta, comma, Spermatophyta, comma, Talophyta, comma, Schizophyta, and Bryophyta. D. 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 D is Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Spermatophyta, Talophyta, and Schizophyta. I'll give you one assignment, right? What is that? Okay, this will be this your second assignment. You tell me the reason. Don't just look for the answer. You tell me the reason why you choose the answer. Okay. Then the third assignment I want to give. If you watch, I'm telling you the year where it's coming from. So you don't go and look for the question. Look for the past question online and come and tell me B. I won't listen to you. You must tell me the reason why you choose any answer you are what. You're choosing. That shows you knows it. That shows that you know it. Sorry. Okay. This from 2001 JAM question 5. 2001 JAM question 5. The third assignment is from 2001 JAM question 5. It says, which of the following groups is the most advanced? Which of the following groups is the most advanced? Which of the following group is the most advanced. A. Pteridophytes. Pteridophytes. B. Bryophytes. C. Thallophytes. D. Gymnosperms or gymnosperm, GYM, gymnosperms. That should be assignment number what? Assignment number what? 3. Okay, let's look at assignment number 4. Number 4. One of the following statements. This is JAM 1980 question 2. Sorry. JAM 1980 question 2. JAM 1980 question 2. It says, one of the following statements is not true of Spirogyra. One of the following statements is not true of Spirogyra. One of the following statements is not true of Spirogyra. A. It is a simple multicellular plant. A is a simple multicellular plant. B. During conjugation. I mentioned conjugation, right? When I was treating reproduction in Spirogyra, right? Good. B. During conjugation, comma, its gametes, comma, which are structurally and physiologically similar, comma, fuse to form a zygote. Fuse from fusion, fuse to form a zygote. B says, during conjugation, comma, its gametes, comma, which are structurally and physiologically similar, comma, fuse to form a zygote, full stop. F-U-S-E, fuse, from fusion, okay, to form a zygote. C. It possesses spiral chloroplast. It possesses spiral chloroplast, which enables the plant to photosynthesize. It possesses spiral chloroplast, which enables the plant to photosynthesize. It possesses spiral chloroplast, which enables the plant to photosynthesize. D. Its cells are protected externally by a layer of mucilage. Its cells are protected externally by a layer of mucilage. Are we there? This assignment, as I said before now, if you go home, the best way to go about this, if you go home, get your textbook or get your data on, look at this question. There are some of the things you will not see in the textbook. You can look it up. There's good material online. You can study these things, get this information about these things, and you'll be able to you'll be able to answer the question with reason. Because I like discussing your reason, not just telling me the answer. If you do this consistently, there's no question you see in JAM you will not be able to answer, because you have read it. You know the question, you know the answer, not just by knowing it. You know what it means. Why is the answer? Why it's good to know why an answer is the answer is because they can twist the options. Am I communicating? Are you aware that? Are you aware that? Look up. If you want to make notes, if you want to expand your note on this topic, on spiral algebra, are you aware that you can make 5 points on features of spiral algebra from this question? One is not the answer, right? That means other three are features of what spiral algebra. You can make a note from there. It will become features of spiral algebra for you. One of them is not the answer. You know the one that's not the answer. Basically, let me just say one now. Basically, I didn't mention it here, but basically, the cells of spiral algebra are protected externally by a layer of mucilage. It's true. Sometimes JAM may use it as a question. That's what JAM does. JAM may pick an option here, transform it to a question and give it to you in your next exam. That's why it's good to understand every of the option. I'm giving you exam tips now. What I'm doing now is I'm giving you exam tips. Understand. If I give you any assignment, I have a reason for telling you to tell me the reason. Any option you see there is a potential question in your exam. Any option you see in any JAM passage paper is a potential question. JAM can lift that particular option and transform into a question. So when you are reading the past question, if you're able to understand why that option is not the answer, if you understand the reason why a particular option is the answer, and the reason why another option is not the answer, if you do it consistently and study your past question like that, there's no question you see in JAM you cannot answer. Try this. You come back and thank me later. I'm giving you clue. We wrote JAM. We're able to get JAM and enter university. Straight merit list. It's not by corner way. Merit list in UNN. So whatever I'm telling you now is a fact that you need to apply. It will help you. Are we together? So that's what I want to tell you. I think we'll stop here. In our next class, we'll continue from where we stop. Tomorrow, what you have tomorrow is chemistry. Now, what course are you going for? So how many courses are you writing? As in, name them.
Chemistry, physics, and English, maths.
Okay, you write mathematics. Good. Okay, but people are not writing mathematics, right? So we initially we are, because of where we are staying, we are doing only 4 times a week. Monday biology, Tuesday chemistry, nothing on Wednesday, Thursday English, right? And Friday is what is it called again? Physics. So, but for now, since once I enter, Monday is biology, Tuesday is chemistry, Wednesday English will come up. Okay, Wednesday is now, put it down now. Wednesday is now English language. Okay, Wednesday is English language. Then Thursday is mathematics. Friday is physics. Friday is physics.
No need of coming on Thursday.
And you can, if you want to come, you can come. If you want to come, you can come. If you want to come, you can come. If you don't want to come, there's no problem. Okay? If you want to come, you can. But I would advise you come. Do you know why? If you can, but if you cannot, no problem. Do you know why I always advise people to come? Sometimes, since you want to write physics, sometimes there's some question you see in physics. You need mathematical application to be able to answer it. That's a fact. There's some topics you go into physics, you start seeing mathematics there. Normal mathematics topic there. Which, if you are not grounded in that topic, it's so that you'll not be able to answer such question. I've seen a lot of questions like that. We'll start going into Sokatua. We'll start even trying to do what? Split angles to be able to solve it. Am I communicating? So that's what so Monday is biology, Tuesday chemistry, Wednesday English, Thursday mathematics, Friday is what? Physics. Okay? Good. Then Saturday. Which subject are you having issues more? Between chemistry and physics and math, which subject do you have issues, as in serious issues? Do anchor. Now who you see? Which one? Chemistry quoi? You anchor. Okay, you're in physics. You're in physics. Okay. Okay, based on that now, we'll do chemistry on Saturday again. Okay? I told him no this. I want to do this every day. Are you ready? Are you ready? Chai. No problem. Success in your mock. Your name is already success. So I want 2 hours every day is not bad. 2 of us. I want us to be having this every day. Just 2 hours, 4 to 6 p.m. here every day. So I want to fix chemistry Saturday. I want to fix physics Sunday. Okay? So that means we have Monday is what? Biology. Tuesday is what? Chemistry. Wednesday is what? English. Thursday is what? Maths. Friday is what? Physics. Saturday is what? Chemistry. Sunday again is what? Physics. So let's see how far we can go with that. Okay? 4 to 6 p.m. here. Okay? All right. Thank you very much for your attention. See you tomorrow.